Justin Baldoni is spilling some major tea that could shake up Hollywood's most beloved couple, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. Rumor has it that Justin has evidence suggesting Blake may have been stepping out on Ryan, and he's revealing it all, creating the potential for a real love triangle with Blake at the center. The revelations are raising eyebrows, and the breakdown of this theory is genuinely eye-opening. If we examine Blake's past projects, a pattern emerges. She's never gone as far with an actor during an intimate scene as she reportedly did with Justin. For instance, Blake initially requested an intimacy coordinator on set for those scenes, which is standard in Hollywood. However, Justin disclosed that Blake ultimately refused to meet with the coordinator and took control of the scenes herself, managing how close she could get to him. Later, when she claimed no coordinator was available, it appeared she might have been manipulating the situation to her advantage, potentially covering up what was happening between them. Adding another layer, Blake has often stated that she isn't like other actors who completely transform into their roles. Many fans and critics have long observed that she essentially plays herself in every film, and in one of her own statements, she seemed to confirm this tendency. Taken together, these details suggest that Blake's behavior on set may have been more deliberate than previously thought, aligning with the theory that there was a deeper, personal connection with Justin. Between the refusal of professional oversight and her insistence on controlling the intimate moments, the narrative Justin is sharing paints a picture of calculated boundaries and subtle signals that may have gone unnoticed by outsiders. With these revelations surfacing, the question now isn't just about what happened on set. It's about how it reshapes our understanding of Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds' seemingly perfect Hollywood romance. What was professional may have crossed into personal territory, and Justin's disclosures could change everything we thought we knew about their relationship, leaving fans and insiders alike questioning the reality behind the public image.
You can't just put me in any clothes and give me any words and have me step in and transform. And I used to be very insecure about that. I used to feel like an imposter because I would watch actors who were just shapeshifters. They could do it in any circumstance. And then I realized that half of the actors that I admire most were people who were more filmmakers, or people who had to get their hands in the storytelling and the writing and the creating and the environment, and people that I respected so much. And I was like, oh, okay, there's two different categories. And I'm in this category, and that's okay. So once I started embracing that and leaning into it and not feeling embarrassed about it, I think I was able to do the best.
Blake Lively has always described herself as a different kind of actor compared to most in Hollywood, claiming she essentially plays herself on set. And when you bring that much of yourself into a role, lines between performance and reality can blur, perhaps a little too much, especially if feelings start to develop for a co-star like Justin Baldoni. Blake herself has emphasized that her method of getting into character is largely tied to wardrobe choices, and for It Ends With Us, many of her outfits actually came from her own closet, meaning she was, in effect, portraying a version of herself rather than relying solely on costume designers. Justin, on the other hand, is a true method actor, fully immersing himself in his role as Riley, a character intentionally written to be irresistibly attractive. Blake has openly praised the author for the complexity of Lily's feelings for both Riley and Atlas, saying it helped her truly experience her character's emotions. For someone married and stepping into an intense, intimate role just months after giving birth, the risk of real-life emotions spilling over was significant, and that's precisely what may have happened. In fact, an old comment from Blake resurfaced from around 2023 during filming when she responded to one of Justin's workout posts saying, "Amazing, now try it pregnant," to which Justin replied, "You win now." Fans and insiders immediately speculated, suggesting the exchange was more than just friendly banter. Some theorized that Blake naturally makes everything competitive, needing to dominate the conversation, while others suggested it could have been a subtle form of flirtation. Blake pushed back on these narratives, claiming Justin was implying she was dressing provocatively on set, but the truth is more mundane. Blake controlled her own wardrobe, not the costume designer, and in fact, it was she who proposed more seductive looks for her character to add depth and spice to the role. Justin only commented on outfits after they leaked online, and the public criticized them, so the idea that he was controlling her image doesn't hold up. It gets more tangled when Blake accused Justin of prolonging kisses during intimate scenes, but behind-the-scenes footage and reports indicate Blake herself directed the choreography, even teaching Justin how to perform the romantic sequences, which she later claimed were unauthorized advances. While Justin suggested using an intimacy coordinator to fine-tune scenes, Blake refused, and ultimately the two collaborated directly, with even Ryan Reynolds providing input on one particular scene rewrite. The controversy escalated further when Blake claimed Justin intruded on her trailer while she was topless and pumping breast milk. However, evidence shows Blake invited him to rehearse lines, and when he offered to come after finishing food, she consented, undermining her later claims. Some insiders suggest she exaggerated the incident to retaliate for his lack of reciprocal romantic interest. This scenario is not entirely out of character. Blake has a documented history of forming attachments to co-stars, dating back to her Gossip Girl days with Penn Badgley, illustrating a recurring pattern in her professional and personal life that complicates her public persona.
I understand you guys have known each other a long time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Since you were 8?
No, 11.
No, 11. I was like,
He thinks it was less than it was. He thinks it was 8 years. It was definitely 9.
Yeah.
Years ago that we knew each other. It was very, passionate. But I lost a lot of friends because of it.
Yeah.
So, that was hard to deal with. But I think
Blake and Penn Badgley played Serena and Dan, and their on-screen chemistry quickly spilled into real life, leading them to date. Their relationship made sense given the breakout success of Gossip Girl, with both young and suddenly in the spotlight. However, they broke up in 2010, shortly before the series concluded in 2012. Not long after, Blake developed feelings for Ryan Reynolds while filming Green Lantern, except there was a major complication. Ryan was married to Scarlett Johansson at the time, adding a controversial layer to the budding romance.
You guys are so beautiful to watch that I was just like...
Well, hello.
I was just like...
Everyone gains 10 points next to her. You go out. No, that's all you get today, though. That's it.
I know, I can't believe you.
That's it. No. Just that. Yeah,
off
no.
camera,
Yeah.
not so nice.
No, never. Never.
Gotta keep her grounded.
No, yeah, absolutely. I've seen her go into a rage spiral. Oh, my God. And most people's violence with her, it's just baking. Just bakes.
Word on the street is that Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds seemed a little too cozy for just friends. Interviews, body language, and public appearances all suggested a mutual attraction, sparking rumors that their romance began during Green Lantern, even though both were involved with other people at the time. Many sources noted Ryan was still married to Scarlett Johansson, fueling speculation that he may have cheated on her with Blake, eventually divorcing Scarlett to be with Blake. While the relationship didn't officially happen overnight, it's clear the spark ignited on that set. History nearly repeated itself on The Town with Ben Affleck, who was still married to Jennifer Garner. Insiders claimed Blake and Ben were far too close, acting like lovesick teens, leaving Jennifer concerned. Adding to the drama, Blake was still dating Penn Badgley at the time, suggesting there may have been emotional entanglements, flirting, and all the messy extras behind the scenes. Fast forward to Justin Baldoni. If Blake caught feelings on set and Justin didn't reciprocate, it makes sense she might have been hurt and attempted to flip the narrative. Some speculate she wanted Justin to appear at fault to placate her husband, rumored to be possessive. It's unlikely Blake aimed to start a serious romance. She probably just wanted to gauge the vibe. When Justin didn't return the energy, she may have felt embarrassed and turned the story around to make him appear as the pursuer. Blake reportedly grew up used to getting her way. Her father once bribed a choir director so she could be the lead singer, so rejection is unfamiliar territory. Her privileged upbringing, combined with her current busy life as a mother of 4 with a constantly working husband, may have made her more sensitive to perceived slights. Stepping into a romantic film with an attractive co-star offered an opportunity to reconnect with romance, but when Justin didn't respond as she hoped, she allegedly panicked and reversed the narrative, casting him as the aggressor. Adding fuel to the fire, there's a theory that Justin may have commented on Blake's weight, and she interpreted it as a sign he wasn't interested. Her husband allegedly confronted Justin on set, mocking him, further complicating the dynamic. Whether Blake was testing boundaries or intentionally stirring drama, legal battles were inevitable. By December 2024, Blake filed a complaint with California's Civil Rights Department, accusing Justin and part of the production crew of harassment and retaliation. She claimed the studio abandoned her, leaving her to navigate inappropriate behavior alone, and alleged a smear campaign orchestrated by Justin and his team, which caused stress, exhaustion, and lost work opportunities. Justin didn't stay silent. He filed a $400 million countersuit for defamation and civil extortion, asserting that Blake's claims were false and supported by behind-the-scenes footage. He also sued the New York Times for $250 million, alleging biased coverage that favored Blake and damaged his reputation. The stakes are high. Blake risks losing credibility and future projects, while Justin's image as a women's rights advocate is on the line. This case isn't just about personal grievances. It exposes Hollywood's behind-the-scenes dynamics, highlighting harassment, accountability, and power imbalances. Both sides are gearing up for a prolonged, high-profile legal battle. With leaked footage, conflicting narratives, and mounting evidence, the outcome remains unpredictable. The story continues to spiral, offering endless intrigue, scandal, and lessons about ambition, reputation, and the consequences of unchecked drama in Tinseltown. Blake Lively's history of on-set entanglements, from Penn Badgley to Ryan Reynolds, Ben Affleck, and now Justin Baldoni, paints a picture of a star whose professional and personal decisions repeatedly intertwine, fueling speculation and lawsuits alike. Her privileged background, coupled with ambition and a desire to control narratives, may explain her reactions, but the legal fallout makes it clear that Hollywood's golden girl isn't untouchable. Both her career and Justin's reputation hang in the balance, as the industry and public watch every move in this escalating saga, proving that even A-list status can't shield anyone from accountability, scrutiny, or the consequences of behind-the-scenes actions. This story illustrates the tangled web of romance, perception, and power on film sets, showing that when personal feelings collide with professional boundaries, the results can be explosive, legally and socially. The lively Baldoni-Reynolds saga is far from over, and the unfolding legal proceedings will likely shape careers, reputations, and Hollywood gossip for years to come.
Lively and Ryan Reynolds are firing back against the lawyers for Justin Baldoni, claiming that statements that are being made in the public right now are wrong and they need to be stopped. Plus, we have an official answer to Lively's complaint from Baldoni's side. What is being admitted? What is being denied? We're going to get into it all right now.
New text messages and voice memos have reportedly leaked, and they weren't even part of the original lawsuit. Think of them as bonus tracks on an already chaotic album. And let me tell you, they're explosive. Many are comparing Blake Lively to Amber Heard 2.0. There's even alleged on-set footage that directly contradicts her claims in the complaint. The question now, what is the truth? To make things messier, rumors suggest Blake leaned on her high-profile friends, Taylor Swift and Ryan Reynolds, to pressure Justin Baldoni and Sony Pictures. Allegedly, she threatened that if they didn't hand over creative control of the film to her, they'd lose promotional access to her and her friends' massive followings. But that plan reportedly backfired, and now it's all coming back to haunt her. Colleen Hoover, the author of the book the movie is based on, also plays a role in this tangled web. Back in 2019, Colleen sold the film rights and personally selected Justin to play Riley, one of the main characters. She was heavily involved in scripting and even appeared alongside Justin on the promo trail, smiling for cameras and acting like besties. Here's the kicker. This all happened after Blake's harassment claims surfaced. The timeline raises eyebrows and gives off seriously suspicious vibes. Things got even more complicated because Justin allegedly wasn't allowed to edit his own movie. That's reportedly when tensions started to crack. Colleen allegedly threatened not to promote the film unless she got more creative control. Meanwhile, Blake allegedly began asserting dominance over the editing, promotion, and marketing of the movie, reportedly turning Colleen against Justin behind the scenes. Blake, as always, maintained her charm publicly. Her chemistry with Justin during interviews and press appearances was praised, and Justin himself repeatedly called her talented and said she brought a lot to the film. Behind the camera, however, sources claim Blake was systematically sidelining Justin from his own project. Despite all this, Justin reportedly kept his public statements professional, refusing to drag either Blake or Colleen publicly. Behind the scenes, though, Colleen allegedly continued to text Justin, praising him and thanking him for his generosity with her input. In contrast, publicly, she remained silent about him, highlighting a disconnect between private and public actions. The consensus forming in Hollywood circles is that Blake Lively has been operating as a master manipulator, using influence, charm, and strategic connections to control narratives around the film and her co-star, all while maintaining a polished, innocent public persona. The fallout from these leaks has intensified scrutiny on her, raising questions about power, favoritism, and manipulation in Hollywood.
More details are unraveling as we go, and they're not in your favor, Billy. I
don't even like the movie.
Yeah, you love it. You don't like it. You love it.
Exactly.
Sources say Blake was extremely hands-on with the movie, especially the intimate scenes. She had a clear vision for what worked and made sure everything went her way. But here's the twist. She later flipped the script, making it seem like Justin Baldoni was the problem during those very scenes. It doesn't stop there. Whenever Justin tried to give Blake credit for her contributions, she would deflect, never acknowledging his efforts. Essentially, the behind-the-scenes dynamics left Justin looking sidelined while Blake and Colleen Hoover allegedly executed a coordinated power move. The whole situation reads like a massive power play gone wrong, and it's messy. Messy. Hollywood insiders and fans alike are keeping a close eye, but nobody knows how this will ultimately resolve. Will the parties settle quietly, or will this drag on with more revelations and courtroom drama? For now, the story is still unfolding, and the stakes keep climbing. Keep your popcorn handy. This drama is far from over.